Hi, welcome to another edition of Gifted Monkey TV, all things toy and toy related. I'm your host, Jordan Preston, and when we come back, we're going to take a look at an evil, villainous sidekick that is so twisted and crooked, she's sure to straighten out your villain collection.
Respect the monkey!
So guys, as promised, here we are with the Sideshow 1/6 scale Harley Quinn action figure. Just came in, brand new Harley Quinn action figure. So let's take a look at this great box Sideshow has for us. Looking at this Harley Quinn box, now as we get into the mid-2000s of our years, Sideshow is making a big push to bring in their 1/6 scale action figures. Sideshow did action figures a while ago in 1/6 scale, but they kind of slowed down and took over the Hot Toys U.S. country distribution and did that for a while. And they were mainly known during that time for their statues and their sculpts, or doing museum scale statues and things like that. That's what Sideshow was doing. But now Sideshow is switching over or incorporating with 1/6 scale figures, and they took over the DC line. So this is their first foray into the DC line. They had Joker come out just before this Harley Quinn a few months ago, and now they have Harley Quinn, and Batman is coming out a few months after this Harley Quinn. So let's take a look at this great box. On the front we see the Sideshow logo, nice, big and bold, very proud of what they're doing, so they put a big Sideshow right in front, not to be confused with Hot Toys. And they put 6 scale, Sideshow 6 scale, Harley Quinn. We see the cards, very nice, club, ace, queen, that type of thing, heart, and they have funny goofy faces, lipstick, things that indicate Harley Quinn. On the side we have Harley Quinn written in black and red with the little diamonds down. In the back we get a nice photo shot. This is an artist rendering actually of the Harley Quinn figure. It's not the actual figure photo, it's an artist rendering of the photo with her leaning on her mallet, big hammer mallet that she has. Very cool. And in the back we have Warner Brothers DC and all the indicia that goes with the business side of having a figure, where it's from, Sideshow Collectibles, barcode. On this side we also have Harley Quinn again with the diamond hearts. Very nice, streamlined, simple yet fun box. This is a very classy presentation. I love that because you can use this box as a backdrop for Harley Quinn if you want in your diorama, because it's nice and smooth and very classy and cool. Let's take a look inside and see what the box comes with. This box has a nice, simple shoebox style opening. So when you just pull the top off, and there you're inside right there. And there you see another more fully realized artist rendering of the Harley Quinn figure. This is a great backdrop. If you guys want to use this backdrop on your Harley Quinn figure in your diorama, in your Detolf case or something, this is a wonderful backdrop. It's nice, it's clean, it's really bold. It shows some of her weaponry. Very nice. Now this is the Harley Quinn Sideshow Deluxe version, which only means that in the deluxe version, if you ordered it deluxe style, you get this knife included. The regular version has everything else, just doesn't have this knife, which I'll show you when we look at the accessories. Here you see Harley with her mallet, and it's funny how they put your face here on the mallet. It has an outline of a head. Very funny, keeping in a jovial spirit of goofiness of Harley Quinn. Very nice. And we just pull this down. This is just the inlay. Just take this off. And there we see Harley in all her glory with her extra head. And we pull it out. And in the back, we see Harley's accessories. Speaking of which, let's take a look at Harley's accessories. Harley Quinn really comes with some great accessories. Sideshow, I gather from working with Hot Toys for so long as being one of their sole distributors in the USA, has really taken note from Hot Toys, and I guess from the comments coming in from the people who buy Hot Toys over the years, what fans really like and don't like and need and want, require in their action figures 1/6 scale, because they gave you some great accessories for Harley Quinn in their venture into the 6 scale figure realm. Harley comes with about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hands. 2 are on her already, and the 6 that are here. And she really looks great. And each hand is different. And they got hands, 2 gun hands, one for the right and left, trigger holding hands. You get a regular holding hand for right and left. You get a fist. That's so cool. For the left hand. You get a right hand, a left hand, kind of a twinkly, hi Mr. J type hand. She's like a wave, a twinkly wave. You get a cool fist. This is so cool. A cool fist with some brass knuckles that go ha ha. It's inverted, so when they hit somebody, when she pulls it away from their face, the ha ha would be actually reading ha ha on their face. But here it looks like aha. So that's so cool. They give you this deluxe knife, which I told you about. Look at the inscriptions on this knife. They don't mean anything, but they're nicely detailed. With a braided handle on it in Harley Quinn's colors. Look at that. It has a skull with a Harley Quinn type hat on it. On the hilt of the knife. On the handle. Nice detailing. And the knife is plastic, solid plastic, not too sharp, in case you have kids around. It's not sharp at all. It's just serrated, looking like that, styled like that. And the serrations are actually little hearts. If you can catch that. The serrations are actually little hearts. And the bottom of the heart is the sharp part. Very nice. Sideshow really went all out on this. We have her pop gun, which the pop part cork comes out. Hollow inside. Rests nicely inside there like that. Oops, get it in again. Well, you get the idea. I can't get it back in. There we go. Nicely detailed with that. Harley also comes with 2 heads. One head in a winking pose with a kind of like a side twisty kiss on it. Like she's kissing, flirting in a wink pose. And then another straight on basic big smile, hi Mr. J grin pose. Also, both heads have this switch around where you can move the little tassels on Harley's headpiece to whichever angle you want. They twirl around. You can move them in any way, have them look in any direction you want, which is a great feature. See, Sideshow, to add that little stuff like that just in case, that's a little nod to the fans. Like, we hear you. We want you to have posability with it. We're not going to make it just stiff like that and you got what you got. You can play with this. I love that. Now, Harley Quinn's face is in a stylized, kind of genetic Harley Quinn face. So it doesn't look like a Harley from the Batman animated series. Doesn't look like any particular Harley from a video game or Harley from a comic book conception. It's a general, beautiful, cute girl face. So you can put her in any one of you, with any one of your Jokers, from Heath Ledger to Jack Nicholson to a cartoon Joker stylized figure if you have it. Because he's pretty and realistic enough to go with real capture faces like a Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, yet she's also campy and funny enough to go with a cartoon stylized 1/6 scale figure of Joker, which Sideshow has out. She comes with a mallet that we mentioned in the box art. This mallet is solid plastic. Looks really nice. It's got a nice little heft to it. There's the Your Face Here thing with the head face mold on it. Once again, in those Harley styles, like a rough paint of the red and black, the top of the mallet. Really nicely detailed. And this looks like wood. It's supposed to be like taped on here like a baseball bat would have almost on it. Very nicely detailed. Very nicely detailed. And she comes with this stand, which is really cool. It's like a bullseye, and it says look up and smile with blood splatters all over it. And then you just lock this into the base like that, and it's a crotch style grabbing base. Before we look at the articulation of Harley, I just had to mention she also comes with these extra pegs for her hands and feet. As I said, looks like Sideshow is really taking note from what they've been doing for working with Hot Toys for so long. That's really good. And also, hand thing, she comes with this cool hypodermic needle hand. This doesn't move out of her hand. It stays in her hand. It's molded into her hand, so that's good. You don't have to worry about losing it. It's actually molded in her hand, but it's such a cool thing. A hypodermic needle finger. That's so cool with her hand on that. Now let's get to Harley's articulation. Harley's articulation is pretty good. It's just like a basic 1/6 scale figure should be. It is head up, rotation. Head goes up about that high. Head down, Nice deep down shot on that. Sideways, sideways. Arms go up to about this high on rotation on the arms. Elevation of the arms go about that high. Full rotation of the arms. Nice elbow bend. Wrist bend. Now I got to tell you something. My Harley, I want to warn you guys, the Harley Quinn, though great, has very fragile joints. I saw on YouTube some guys broke their Harley. In fact, mine, I broke the wrist off of mine when I first got it because I was swapping out the hand, and it broke. It broke that quickly. So just be careful with that. I'm going to leave her hand off. These cuffs that come to Harley are removable. And they're just one solid piece of rubbery plastic. So they go out when you can take the hand off. Hands rotate, go down. If I can get Harley to get her hand to go down, her arms to go down. There we go. Wrist articulation. She doesn't have an ab crunch per se. She can lean back like that, lean forward. Legs can go up about that high. Back about this far back. Not that far back. She got a nice bend in her legs, nice bend in her knees. She has foot rotation and a little bit of foot elevation. You can just get a nice little swivel up on the foot like that and swivel down a little bit, not much. Remember, guys, as I said, be very careful with Harley's joints because they seem to break very easy. They seem to be fragile. This is a nice female-style body. It's a nice 1/6 style body. Not as short as the new Black Widow from the Avengers, from Hot Toys, but when you put her next to a 1/6 scale man, she is shorter than the 1/6 scale man, which is very good. I was worried about that. Anybody that ever collected that DC Harley Quinn that came out many years ago, she was 13 inches and she was exactly the same big height as all the other 13-inch Superman and Batman figures that came out too, which was nice for the time, but as we learned, that's not really accurate. The woman shouldn't be that tall unless if she's a general woman, shouldn't be that tall as a 6'2" guy. So there we go. But so she's in great scale with your action of 1/6 scale figures. Now let's take a look at the figure overall. As we look at Harley Quinn, the basic figure and the costume, this is some great detailing by Sideshow. Sideshow really did a great job on this basic Harley Quinn figure. As I said, this Harley Quinn is not patterned after any particular Harley Quinn from the video game or from the animated TV series or from a particular comic book concept. This is a basic Harley Quinn, so she fits in easily with your Batman, Joker 1/6 scale figures very nicely. No matter what the motif is, she'll fit in wonderfully. Now Harley also comes with this corset, which is removable, but the Sideshow people give you a little notice telling you that if you remove it, it's very hard to get back on. It's very difficult to get back on. But once you remove it, it's the basic Harley Quinn outfit we all know from the animated show, this a one-piece leotard. So this is just a little funky, cool uniqueness that Sideshow put on this Harley Quinn to distinguish her from the Sideshow. She also has the collar, which is turnable. If we turn around, we see the collar has this nice little bow knot on the back of it, how she ties it. We see the back of the corset has a little tie. This is actual string. So if you mess with it or take it loose, the corset will fall. You see the diamonds on her butt there. This is the leotard. There's a one-piece leotard. It goes all the way through her body. Once again, we talked about the cuffs are rubber and they're removable. When you take the hands off, the cuffs will come off. I put the smiley face head on her and the pop gun in her hand with a gun holding hand just for this particular demonstration. But that isn't how I probably will have her posed. I have an idea how I want her posed. But let's take a look at her boots. These boots are really great. Harley's boots are nicely detailed. She has a red and a black pair of boots on, and they have a steel toe. You really get the steel toe on the red one. The black one's kind of muted into the black. Nice grips on the bottom of the shoe. Nice lacing. This is sculpted in lacing, so it's not actual lace. And I like how they're not fully laced up at the top and tight. They're like loose fitting. Nice little protruding diamond style. A nice little flap on the back of the boot. Look at that. That's a nice, just nice little details they put on this. Just a little history of Harley Quinn for those of you who don't know who are watching this. Harley Quinn is a relative newcomer to the DC pantheon of villains. She was actually created for the 1990s animated show Batman the Animated Series by Bruce Timm. And she proved so popular with the fans of the TV show that DC actually took note and incorporated her into the mythos of the DC universe, making her Joker's Maul in the comic books, as well as in the video games. That's how popular she became. This is a very, very good figure that Sideshow has embarked upon. And here she is. This is how Harley Quinn lives at Gifted Monkey Studios, forever posed with my Hot Toys Jack Nicholson Joker. I thought that'd be kind of cool. Taken off of that Mad Love theme that came out a few years ago. In fact, if you look on my diorama, you see the Mad Love pictures. I quote zoom in. There's I made a little Mad Love picture frame with the Jack Nicholson style Joker and Harley Quinn, and I took that out and put her in my Jack Nicholson diorama. You see she has the hypodermic needle in her hand, standing behind her love interest, the Joker. Behind every good criminal is a good woman. And she's got her leg crossed over him. She's got her mallet. She got her little pop gun. Money all around, and there's the cracked safe with the jewels in the back right there. So that's a nice little diorama. I put the wink face on her. I chose the wink face so she can be a little smug and a little winky of me and Mr. J together on a caper. And I'll pull back a little bit. So that's how she will live at the Gifted Monkey Studios in the diorama with the Jack Nicholson Hot Toys Joker. So there we go. A look at our Harley Quinn. There she is in all her glory right here. You know, this Sideshow figure is very great. It's a great foray and a great introduction to us, the customer, and the fans of the DC universe. Like I said earlier, they had a Joker that came out in a comic book style that just came out before Harley. They had the Harley, and next up is the Batman coming out in a few months after this Harley. So very good. With the head sculpt that looks like that, the detail, the accessories, the fun, great accessories they give this Harley Quinn, as well as the attention to detail, the boots and the costume and the corset, all that stuff, and the smooth backdrop for the boxes that they used. Just really, really classy, A+ in my book. Sideshow really took some good notes from, I guess, dealing with Hot Toys all these years, and they knew what the fans wanted in their figures, especially in the comic book licensing, and they did some great stuff with this Harley Quinn, great stuff with the Joker that came out, and I saw some great stuff with the Batman. Should you get it? I'll tell you. I got this Harley Quinn because there was some stuff that came out Harley Quinn based in the past. The museum style figures, which were quarter scale, and then we talked about that DC figure that came out a few years ago that was 13 inches, and a few other Harley Quinn statues and figures that have come out through the years. But this Harley Quinn fit better in my collection than any of those. Some were too big, too ostentatious, too crazy looking, too small. But this Harley Quinn is perfect, and because of the styling that Sideshow wisely put in her face, she fits in with a dead-on capture of a Heath Ledger, or, as you saw earlier, my Jack Nicholson Joker, or a Michael Keaton Batman, or a Christian Bale Batman. She fits in perfectly with that. So she's realistic and pretty enough, and also she's campy just by the pure nature of her makeup to fit into a stylized cartoon or comic book version of a 1/6 scale action figure, if you have that in your collection. So yes, I would say definitely get her. She's well worth the investment, because a Harley Quinn figure that fits like that into any collection is hard to get. Also, she's going to run you about $195 to $200. Now, I guess Sideshow figured since Hot Toys is getting that much, them working with Hot Toys for so long, they saw the prices Hot Toys was able to command. They said, let's come in a little under, but let's be competitive. So she's going to run you about $195 to $200. But she's well worth it to go into your pantheon of your Batman or Joker collection. So I say yes, get her. So tell me what you guys think. Do you like this Harley Quinn down there? Write down right below and tell me if you like this Harley Quinn, because you know I'll get back to you. What are your take on this Harley Quinn? Do you have any Harley Quinn figures? Also, hit us up on Facebook and on Pinterest. We got some good stuff going on Pinterest right now. And remember, collecting action figures, even a Sideshow 1/6 scale fantastic Harley Quinn figure can be as fun as a barrel of monkeys. But respect the monkey. Play nice. Take care, guys.